Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've pulled together a fascinating stack of sources today, all centered around a really unique approach to a holistic health.
Yeah, this one comes from a health gospel mission in Hualien, Taiwan.
And it's called the Mitochondria 3 Treasures.
It's an incredible framework. It kind of blends these ancient wellness concepts with some incredibly modern, very low-cost ingenuity. The whole premise is simple, but, well, profound.
It's about using the Earth's natural resources to optimize your cellular health.
Right. In the original language, it's wo-yu-ko, so sunlight, grounding, and super slow jogging.
So our mission today is to really unpack this combination, which was shared by a pastor, Hu Chi-cheng. We want to know how a philosophy that's so rooted in nature.
And designed to be accessible to anyone.
Exactly. How does it offer a genuine shortcut to well-being without all the complex, expensive medical stuff? We're really looking for those surprising facts, those aha moments.
And this is perfect for anyone who wants to get knowledge quickly, but also thoroughly. We're not just going to summarize the concept. We're getting into the practical engineering behind the grounding part.
The DIY stuff.
The DIY stuff. And especially the solutions they came up with for people living in, a modern high-rise city.
Okay, let's unpack this. We have to start with the foundational treasures, right? We need to understand the whole system before we can really appreciate the hack.
Absolutely. The whole idea is that it's synergistic. These three things work together to boost your mitochondrial function.
The engine room of our cells.
Real engine room. And that leads to these widespread health benefits.
Okay, let's start with the first two. They seem pretty straightforward, but the mission's instructions for sunlight or REEN are actually very precise.
Yeah, it's not just go outside.
No, we're talking 15 to 30 minutes daily, and of course with the warning that you should protect your skin from actual damage.
And this is where that precision comes in. Pastor Hugh's team didn't just tell people to get sun, they actually timed the exposure to use specific light wavelengths.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to activate different biological processes all through the day.
So if you manage your exposure right, you're turning the sun into a tailored therapeutic tool.
Yeah.
What does that timing look like?
So in the morning, you're looking for that blue light spectrum. It's basically a natural wake-up call.
Right. It recalibrates your circadian rhythm.
Exactly. It tells your body, okay, it's time to be alert. It sets the clock for the day.
Which is so critical because bad timing with light, like, staring at your phone late at night is what throws our clocks off in the first place.
Totally. Then as you move toward noon, that's when the ultraviolet, the UV light, is strongest. And the source notes this wavelength is credited with having germ-killing functions.
So it's part of the whole health mission.
It is. And finally, as the sun sets, you shift into the red light spectrum. This light is credited with vitalizing and improving blood vessel health.
So it's a full spectrum prescription. You get a wake-up call, a midday cleansing, and then end with vascular support.
It's a very intentional use of a totally free resource. And the second treasure, super slow jogging, or Oyunto, is just as accessible.
This one sounds like a contradiction, super slow jogging, but it's really about high consistency, low impact.
Right. The source mentions there are tons of videos available online for this, and you only need about 20 to 40 minutes a day.
So why it's super slow? What's the key there?
It just bypasses all those mental and physical barriers people have with, strenuous exercise. It's designed to be so slow. It's barely faster than a brisk walk.
So anyone can do it?
Anyone. Regardless of age or condition, the goal isn't peak performance. It's just consistent movement that benefits the body, mind, and spirit without causing a ton of stress or injury. It's just gentle mitochondrial activation.
That makes a lot of sense. So these first two are free, but they take a time commitment. Now let's get to the third one. This is, I think, the most inventive one, grounding. This is where the source material gets really interesting because it tackles a fundamental problem with modern life.
The specificity of the problem they're solving is what's so fascinating. Natural grounding is simple, right? You step barefoot on soil, grass, the beach.
But our modern world is made of insulators.
Exactly. Wearing shoes, especially rubber slippers, or standing on ceramic tiles or wood floors, it prevents that natural electrical connection to the earth.
Which brings us to the big modern dilemma, especially in a dense city. What about people living dozens of floors up in a high-rise? Or, those of us in cold climates where you can't just go stand barefoot outside every day.
How do you get over that architectural barrier?
Yeah.
You need a technical solution. And a lot of people turn to commercial grounding products. These are usually like a conductive pad with fine metal threads woven in.
And it connects with a wire to your electrical outlet.
Right, to the grounding pin. But they're not cheap. The source quotes them at around 800 to 1,000 new Taiwan dollars.
That's already a barrier for some communities. But even if you buy one, there's this huge warning the mission gives that's really...
Well, it's super specific to certain electrical systems, like in Taiwan.
Oh, this is a crucial detail. In places like Europe or the US with standard three-prong systems, that third round pin is almost always a reliable ground connection.
But not in Taiwan?
Not always. They typically run on 110V and often only have 2 working holes in the outlet. That third hole you see on extension cords or older outlets, it's frequently just decorative.
Wait, decorative, so it does nothing?
Nothing. It's completely ineffective unless an electrician has specifically grounded that entire system.
So you could spend 1,000 NTD on a mat, plug it in, and get absolutely zero benefit because you're not actually connected to the earth.
Precisely. The whole theory of commercial grounding relies on prolonged use, like sleeping on a mat for 8 hours, but you need a verified ground.
Which is why the mission's ingenuity is so brilliant. They found a way to guarantee the connection and drop the cost to almost nothing. They solved 2 problems at once: the cost and the reliability of the urban electrical grid.
Okay, let's talk about the build, the low-cost DIY method they came up with.
The materials are just. They're so simple, it's genius. They take an unwanted piece of wire, speaker wire, old electrical wire, whatever. They strip the ends.
Okay.
Then they attach 2 common metal binder clips that they call yanweijie to the stripped ends and just secure them with tape. That's it. That's the whole grounding device.
One end connects to a ground source, the other to your body. But here's the puzzle. Inside a concrete high-rise, where do you find that true earth connection?
That is the architectural hack, and it is the most ingenious part of this entire deep dive.
I'm ready.
Okay, so the source notes the basic principle. Any metal, gold, silver, copper, aluminum is a conductor. You can test that easily.
Right, but like we said, being a conductor isn't the same as being grounded.
Exactly. You need that connection to the actual planet, not just a floating piece of metal. And here is the hyperlocal discovery for Taiwanese architecture. Aluminum window frames, specifically the metal buckle or the latch areas, they're typically connected to the underlying steel reinforcing bars.
The rebar, you mean the gangjin.
The gangjin. The steel bars that run through the entire building and deep into the Earth's foundation.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that in these buildings, the aluminum frame of your apartment window is basically a direct line to the rebar of the whole building, and therefore to the earth itself.
That is the discovery. By clipping one end of your DIY wire to that metal window latch, you have completely bypassed the insulating concrete, the floors, the shoes, and created a direct, reliable, almost free connection to the planet.
That is incredibly resourceful. It's taking architectural knowledge and turning it into a health solution.
It is.
We should add the caution from the source, though. This hack might not work in, say, a wooden house like you'd find in the US.
Right, and you have to avoid plastic or any exterior parts. You have to be sure you're on a fixed internal metal component.
Okay, so you've got the wire clipped to the window frame. Now what? How do you apply the other end to the body?
This is the final piece of low-cost ingenuity. The source suggests the absolute simplest home application is buying an inexpensive BBQ grill rack.
Like for grilling?
Yeah, a simple metal rack or plate. We're talking 50 to 100 NTD, maybe $2 US.
Okay, and what do you do with it?
You connect the second binder clip from your wire to this BBQ rack. Put the rack on the floor, and then when you're just sitting at home watching TV or reading, you put your bare feet on it.
You've just created a highly conductive, miniature indoor patch of the earth.
Instantly, you've transformed your non-conductive living room floor into a fully operational grounding station. It's a remarkable solution to that high-rise problem.
And it doesn't just stop with your feet, right? They adapted this for more targeted uses.
They did. They showed how the DIY wire could be used for targeted grounding all over the body.
They mentioned 2 very specific applications. The first was for pain relief.
Yeah, if someone has back pain or, say, a chronic migraine, they would clip the wire to a standard metal coat hanger.
The coat hanger.
And Yijia, yeah. And they'd place that hanger directly on the area of pain, or maybe clip it to the back of their shirt near their neck. The idea is that this really localized discharge of built-up charge provides rapid relief.
You're telling me people were getting rid of migraines by clipping a wire from a window to a coat hanger on their back? It sounds almost too simple.
The testimonials suggest that for things linked to inflammation or charge buildup, the relief can be really fast. And the second application was for heavy computer users.
Okay.
They recommend connecting the wire to one of those anti-static computer wrist straps, the kind you use for electronics repair, and holding that while you use your mouse. It keeps you grounded even while you're interacting with charge-generating electronics.
So this is where it gets really interesting. What were the results? What did Pastor Hugh and his congregation actually report since they started doing this?
The most immediate and widely reported benefit was the complete total stop of static shock sensation.
You mean like walking on a carpet and touching a doorknob? That zap?
That zap. They said that after just 3 to 5 days of consistent grounding, the body was so discharged that those static shocks just stopped happening.
That's a fascinating, measurable outcome.
Yeah.
It points directly to that core theory of charge imbalance.
And beyond that, they reported huge relief from migraines and chronic back pain. But the biggest one, the one that really seemed to change their daily lives, was sleep quality.
Really?
Yeah. For people who weren't already on heavy sleep medication, they saw very rapid, very visible, positive changes in how deeply and restfully they slept.
So we had these dramatic results from a simple wire and a BBQ rack. We have to connect this back to the core theory. Why does standing on a BBQ rack connected to a window help you sleep?
It all comes down to basic electrical physics. The modern human body, insulated by rubber shoes and synthetic floors, it tends to accumulate positive electrical charges. And these positive charges are linked to stress, to free radicals, inflammation, static buildup, all the bad stuff.
So our modern lives basically turn us into walking positively charged batteries that can't drain their charge.
That's a great way to put it, exactly. And conversely, the Earth itself is this massive reservoir of electrons. It carries a slight negative charge.
How slight?
The source is very specific. It cites the charge as being between -20 to -40 millivolts. It's this gentle, constant source of negative energy.
So the goal of grounding is to use the Earth as a giant stabilizer. It balances out our excess positive charge with the Earth's constant negative charge.
And it allows all that detrimental static electricity to just discharge safely. That's the mechanism.
Yeah.
And the source stresses, the amount of electricity is tiny. It's about balance, not electrocution risk. It's just reconnecting to something we've accidentally blocked ourselves from.
To make this easier to understand, the source uses this really powerful analogy that stuck with me. The sewage analogy.
It's a strong metaphor, isn't it? Imagine wearing rubber shoes for 50 years. The source says this is like letting dirty water or sewage accumulate inside your body because there's no drain.
So the electrical charges are the dirty water.
Right, they build up, and that accumulation is what directly causes inflammation and chronic symptoms like skin allergies or joint pain.
So the poor sleep, the inflammation. It's literally a symptom of accumulated, undischarged electrical sewage in our systems.
That's the argument. And grounding is described as instantly opening the drain. It lets that dirty water flow out and balances the charges. And this explains why people with the worst conditions often see the fastest improvement.
Because they have the most sewage to drain.
They have the most to discharge. Exactly.
Synthesis here is so powerful. This health gospel mission isn't pushing an aggressive treatment. There are no pills, no injections. They're using this low-cost ingenuity to leverage natural creation, the Earth itself, to balance our body's charges.
Yeah, by reconnecting to that Medicful 40 millivolt reservoir, we help the body fight chronic inflammation and improve sleep. We're using a resource that was always there, always free, but was just blocked by modern life.
It's a return to simplicity, isn't it?
Absolutely, using a fundamental resource that we cut ourselves off from.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, the source presents a really compelling argument that simple, overlooked parts of nature sunlight, gentle movement, and a direct connection to the Earth can be harnessed with, astonishingly low-cost ingenuity.
A discarded wire, a binder clip, and a $2 BBQ rack.
And that can align your body with the fundamental electrical state of the planet, leading to real, measurable health improvements.
And it's important to note, this isn't a silver bullet. It's not a one-time fix. The source really stresses that grounding has to be maintained.
Right.
Your body's always accumulating charges, always building up static, so the practice has to be ongoing to get the benefit. You have to keep that metaphorical sewage drain open. It really makes you wonder. We see how technology and modern architecture, rubber-soled shoes, high-rise buildings, have accidentally insulated us from the planet's natural state. And that the key to discharging stress and static and inflammation is literally a simple electrical connection to the ground. What other essential, free, and overlooked resources might modern life be preventing us from accessing? Maybe it's time to look at your apartment window frame less like a barrier and more like a potential conduit to health.